Hello, how you doing? We have another special guest today that's going to share their verse, and we're excited because we have just been blown away by all the young people that have come in and shared a verse and what it meant to them. So,
So we have here with us
Hailey.
yes, and she has another awesome verse for us. I mean, like everybody picked really
amazing
good verses,
verses,
that you can
really.
just really unpack and take with you, and just So if you want to go ahead and read the reference,
So Matthew 6:34. Therefore, don't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own.
don't it though?
So real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was always a puzzle for me because it says tomorrow will worry about itself. That was always a puzzle for me. So, yeah.
So why did you pick this verse?
So, when Mr. Jordan originally asked me, I have a lot of different favorite verses, but I think this one is the one that I've always come back to. Because I'm a person that worries about a lot of things sometimes. It's really easy for me to slip into worry, and when I feel like there's no turning back, I'm so just full of worry and dismay, I just come back to this verse and it reminds me it's okay, God's got it. You can't always worry about it, you can't always fix it or change it. God's gonna do what his plan is, and he's got it.
Yeah. Because you are living and walking in his way. So that makes a big difference. And if you think about it, if you're just gonna, if you just live in today, then there's nothing to worry about, right?
Yeah, a lot of our worries do come from the future, the unknown. And as much as, it's nice having a plan and knowing the plan, it's even better that we have a God that we know we can trust with his plan. And that he knows what he's doing. And we're like, okay, if I do this, I'm going to mess something up,
And even when we may not know, we have to, remember that God knows.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. One of the, there was another verse that popped up in my research, and it was the Matthew 8:26. I don't know if you want to read it or not, but yeah.
He said to them, "Why are you afraid, you have little faith?" Then he got up and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm.
So, these are his disciples, right, in the boat, and they're being, thrashed about. Let me tell you, if you've ever been in a boat when it's been stormy,
it's crazy.
it is very scary. It can be very scary. But they had the original with them.
Yeah, right.
And he's like, come on, get a grip. You've seen me do miracles. You've seen me heal people and all these different things. And then to turn around and be worried. So I think that kind of, that hearing his take on it, fine.
It's just obvious.
Get a break, give us a break, give me a break. And so, so I think there were some other questions that we wanted to ask her. And
so obviously you said you keep coming back to this one. So what about this verse, how does it change you? How does it change how you're doing something or approaching something?
Yeah. So in the passage it's in, it starts at verse 25. My Bible marks from 25 to 34. It's called the cure for anxiety is what it marks it as.
Oh, I like that.
I
I'm
know.
going to write that one
I do
down.
too.
Have that cure for anxiety.
Yeah. And so I think when, like I said before, when I'm just feeling lost, I come back to it, and it just helps me to remember, to stop and, I just got to pray about it. Yeah. I just got to pray, get in the Word a little bit, get my mindset out of it and put God into it, So I think when I look at this verse, it helps me just to kind of, refresh, just, get out of the mindset that, I have to do it. Yeah. I have to change it, I have to fix it, and remember that God's going to do it, God's going to change it, God's going to fix it, however he has in his plan.
Yeah. I think that's our biggest downfall is we think we have to do it all by ourselves.
Yeah.
And we don't, thankfully. Oh my goodness.
And many times we wait. We hold it.
Yes.
We hold it, and then we are like, what about God? He's got it, so maybe I better, step back.
Yeah, you could have been praying to him little by little. Instead, you're on the floor weeping and
right,
you're just ugly crying.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, sometimes we have to have those moments, but it is, it's better when we point everything to him and give everything to him.
Yeah, I always gotta remember, I always say to myself, God's got it. It's my one thing, God's got it.
He's got it. That's right. That's a good one. God's got it.
So how would you use this verse to point to Jesus, like, for other people?
I mean, I don't want to be, like, pointed, but it literally says, don't worry about tomorrow. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Like, to somebody looking in, and they may not understand that, but for, like, me, as a believer, like, I know, I know where this is coming from. Like, I know the person who's finishing the sentence. I know the person that's saying the sentence. Like, my Bible has it in red letters. Like, this is all words from Christ. Like, it's not coming from somebody who just decided to say it, somebody that wrote it down. Like, this is direct words from God. And, like, I don't really know how else to say it, Like, it's from God. Like, I mean, he said it. He's the only one who really knows what's going to go on in our lives. He's the one who knows our path, the next step we take, And when we just trust him and put our faith in him, he's going to deliver us through anything.
Yeah. Doesn't mean we can just sit back and do nothing.
No, but
we definitely don't try to take control.
Yes.
Yeah, and he told the disciples that before he left the upper room or whatever, is that you will have trials and tribulation, you will have trouble. And so it's kind of like he's saying, you're going to have some troubles, don't worry about it,
That's the biggest thing, like, people, there's, like, a big, like, stigma around, like, oh, when you're saved, everything's going to go perfectly, but what people don't understand is God tests us, he trials us so that we will stay with him, he wants us to stay with him through those things, so it's not that, the whole world's going to be, everything's going to be rainbows and butterflies, because it's not. There's still going to be trials, but this verse is telling me through those trials, we have to trust in God because he's got it taken care of.
That's right.
Yeah, and we're told that we're going to suffer because the world hated him, they're going to hate us.
Yeah.
And to know, and like what we talked about with Kyler just now, was that, we had Jesus as that example. Like, he was here as a human, and he went through those things.
Yeah.
And we can look to those things and trust that he went through them.
That's right.
And trust that he was able to not sin, and he was turning to his Father. So we have that example of just turn to your Father.
That's right. Just like he
rest
did.
in his arms. Exactly.
Yep.
Okay. And then, so when you have this verse, is there a word or phrase that just comes to mind that just helps you remember it and just remember the feeling that you have with it?
I think probably just peace. Like, I see this verse and I read it and I think about it and I just, like, it's just peace. To know that God, he's taking care of it. He knows my next steps, and he's going to guide me through those. He's going to open the doors that need to be open and shut those that need to be shut, So I just think a big thing is just peace.
And his peace passes all understanding.
I was going through my head. The wheels were going. Yeah, the wheels were going. Yeah. And his peace passes all.
Even when, like, it doesn't make sense for me to feel okay right now. It doesn't make sense for me to be able to just breathe and relax, but we can. We can. Even in the midst of the storm.
Yeah.
It's like that song, In the Eye of the Storm.
I know.
Control.
We're singing today.
I know.
Oh, man. But, so and this is a great verse to take, because I know that this is a change in your life, even though you have family, you're going to be close by, so that makes it a little, a little less overwhelming, but you're leaving your mama.
Yeah. Going pretty far from here.
Pretty far from here, and I have a friend that lives in that area, and she says, man, I didn't realize how far. The last time she came, I didn't realize how far it was.
7 hours.
It's
far.
Yes, it is far.
Yeah.
So that's a day's travel. You get up early, and
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we used to go up there with family to go see family in the Bluntstown, which is not too far from where you're at. And I remember I used to say, if you go to sleep, we'll get there faster.
Yes.
But you can't go to sleep. You got to
drive. I'm driving. No, I can't sleep through this one.
You can't sleep through this one. Haley, it's been a pleasure to see you, because I had her in 3rd grade and knew her before that. So it's been kind of cool to see her grow, and then to see her be here and sing that beautiful song she sang today. And and I think that's one of our verses for the retreat.
Yes.
One of the songs for the retreat is gorgeous. It was a beautiful song. Who knows? I don't know.
No, I love
But anyway, maybe you can come back for the retreat. You never know.
Yes, ma'am. We'll see.
So with all that said, and we are so glad that I think this wraps up our youth, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
It
does.
does. It wraps up our students, but we would love to have some of our women also share, and we'll do a little. We're going to do a little video commercial so that we can get some of you women to be as brave as these young ladies have been to come in and talk to us and allow us to just be amazed by your thoughts and your reasons and all that, because these are some really great verses, and all of you have been very versatile in the verses you picked, and it's not just like none of you picked one that was the same. I don't know if you did that beforehand or not, but you all picked different verses, and some were New Testament, some were Old Testament, and all those verses had meat to it. And that's great. And so I hope we helped you a little bit by making you think about it.
Yeah, it was good to just think about it and like really just hone in on what it means.
Yeah. So
I am very proud of all of our young men and women that came on and just were able to speak life into the word and just it was super cool. So
it was,
awesome.
and I'm glad we brought them on and did that. And so I hope you enjoyed it, and we will be doing. We're not sure what we're doing as we move forward. We haven't really picked out a specific thing, but we'll share.
God's got it, right?
God's got it. God's got it. We're not going to
God's got
worry
it.
about it. Yeah, we're not going to worry about what's going to happen tomorrow. So, but listen, you guys have a great week, and we will see you later.
Bye.
Bye.